Well, we haven't seen this guy for a while, but yes, he reared his ugly head this past week. And we are talking about that and the rest of your questions from the mailbag channel. Plus, I am upgrading my T4 based on your suggestions. Which one am I gonna do? You're gonna have to watch for that. So if you're ready for it, you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. Yeah, baby, I am back. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It is Monday. It is time for the mailbag, answering your questions from the Discord server on the mailbag channel. Now, a lot of stuff went on this weekend. Got some oopsies from FoxNext that we're definitely going to talk about. But before we get into all of your questions, let's go pay some bills. I want to give a shout out and a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, you may have already heard of Raid. It is crazy popular with over 15 million downloads in the last 6 months, and it's just been nominated as a finalist for Google Play's Best of 2019 User Choice Awards. The Raid is an epic dark fantasy turn-based free-to-play RPG hero collector game, and it has over 400 champions for you to collect and customize with over 1 million different builds per champion. You can assemble your favorite team from 16 factions, including my favorite, the Undead Hordes. There's a multi-battle auto mode so you can spend less time grinding, and weekly tournaments and events so you can earn all kinds of rewards every week. The game is growing super fast, and check out this cool roadmap that they've published. They actually have huge plans for updates in the game for over 6 months. A new faction, a tag team arena feature, and even a new clan boss that you could fight with all of your clan mates. There's infinite content for you to enjoy, so no time to get bored. So if this sounds like a game for you, what are you waiting for? Go to the video description and click on the special links. And if you're a new player, you'll get 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and 1 free champion executioner. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here, so smash on the link in the description because those extra rewards will only be available for the next 30 days. So guys, if you want to check out Raid Shadow Legends, there is a link in the description. But let's get to your questions from the mailbag, guys. All right, first question. Don't you just love the awful Marauders Milestones, ValleyFlyin? Yeah, I love them. I love spending money on characters, gearing them up, building them up, and then having none of that count to the current milestones. That is so awesome. That is an awesome way to reward the people that spend money on your game. You are doing a great job with these events, FoxNext. I love it. Next question. Hey man, love your videos. Thank you for watching, brother. Just watched your most recent mailbag video. Someone asked you if they should gear up their 6 Red Star Winter Soldier. Right before that, you mentioned Captain Marvel, Captain America, Quake, Black Widow, and a 5th member you rotate on War Defense. Wouldn't he fit in there with the bonuses given to the military tag with Captain Marvel? Keep the awesome videos, man. Yes, it would. Depending on who you are rotating into that spot, if you don't have a real solid person in that spot, Winter Soldier would fit into that team. And thank you for reminding me about that all-important war tag. So yes, getting some extra benefit from Captain America and Winter Soldier. So Captain Marvel would be very, very good in that squad, especially on War Defense. Next question. At one point, Thanos talked about synergy with Black Order. Do you know from other content creators, your trip to FoxNext, or other sources if Black Order of a team has been shelved for the future or has been scrapped? No idea, guys. I heard about this Black Order tag right when Thanos was released all those months back, but have not heard anything since. So anything out there is just pure speculation on my part. Next question. Love your content and upbeat attitude. So a while back you mentioned bringing all the bonuses to Blitz from all game modes. Do you think there's any chance of that? Now, I did do a poll on this YouTube channel a while back. There was over 2,000 responses. Shared that with the devs, and they seemed pretty open to it. And Cerebro did make a comment that they are aware of that. So I'm not sure if they're ever going to bring that to the game. I know that the majority of the community would be in favor of that, and the devs are open to that. So hopefully that is like a marriage made in heaven, and hopefully it will come to the game. So I would be in favor of that, and hopefully you guys would as well. Next question. You're awesome, dude. You are awesome, brother. Glad you get to do what you love. Future question. With Marvel Universe having over 7,000 characters, how big do you think this game will get? Are there characters that you hope will come out? I mentioned a few previously, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, really looking forward to those characters. I like all characters that come to the game. Gambit, I like more X-Men in the game, so Those are some just off the top of my head. There are plenty that no doubt Fox Next will release in the years to come. How much money do you think you would have spent in this game? Ooh, I don't know. My situation is a little different though, because some of the money I spent is just specifically for videos. So there is a way of recouping some of that cost with ad revenue and sponsorships and stuff like that. So my situation is a little different, and I probably spent about $1,000 on this game so far. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to look it up. Next question. How's the girls? How's your routine going? They're both doing well, and my routine is going good. So thank you, brother. And finally, the most important question. The game has a nice amount of faceless minions. They don't even get a name badge. Some of them get some stylish duds. If you had to join one faceless horde in the game, which minions would you want to play as just based on style? And you like the aim assaulter in yellow. I'm kind of more that black and ninja, so I would have to go with Hand Blade Master if I would have to pick one of these faceless minions. I like the color, and he's a ninja, even though Hand kind of sucks in this game. But it's not based on that, it's all based on looks, so yes. Next question. You know what really annoys me? Farming gear. I'm currently collecting bio gear for Invisible Woman, so that when I unlock her, get her to a decent level to collect gear, I have to farm it through Spider Miles. Would it be good if we could farm and apply gear to any character, even if it's still unlocked? That would be pretty interesting. I think I would do that with certain characters, like that are coming out. Kind of a layaway program to kind of keep track of your gear. I would like that. I think that would be good, and I don't see too much downside with that. So hopefully that is a thing that they could implement in the game. Next question. Found a really fun team. Ronan, Loki, Minerva, Hela, and Kingpin. So much fun. Really has a bunch of combos. Tried Yondu, Nobu instead of Kingpin. It was not as good. So you got some debuff removal with Ronan. You got ability block with him as well. Loki offers some protection and a big turn 1 damage depending on the enemies. Minerva, obviously she's Minerva. Hela offers some interesting things with Greg and some healing. A little bit of synergy with Loki there, and Kingpin. A little bit of that defense up and the offense up, so some buffs. Not sure if this would work in Ultimate 7 though, so let me know what raid you're trying this out in. Maybe in one of the Greek raids or Ultimate 6 or lower, this would work very well, but I'm not seeing a lot of damage there for it to really work in Ultimate 7, but it does look like a fun team, brother. Next question. Of all the tunes recently released, who is your favorite? Mine is Heimdall. Well, mine is Mr. Sinister. I like that cloning mechanic. I think it adds a lot of fun to the game. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that is what this is about. It is all about fun. So I think Mr. Sinister, a very fun character. As a follow-up, would you bother building up Brotherhood anymore with all the tunes that can counter them now? There are a lot of tunes that could counter them, but Brotherhood will still win against most teams that don't have any of those counters. So yes, they're a very good team. They can auto win in 8.3 on Blitz if you don't have one of those counters, like a Jessica Jones or a Groot or some others, like a Rhino or something that can counter this team. So yes, very, very strong, and they are still worth building up. Asking for a bit of predicting for the future. Do we think we'll get more characters than just Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie? I would love to see Red Guardian, Yelena Belova, Melina Vostokov added. I threw you, Casino OMG, and Tony being a shout out on the last survey I got from Foxnet. Keep smashing it. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that mention. Not too familiar with all these lores, so definitely think Taskmaster because he's a character that's mentioned a lot. Haven't heard of Red Guardian, Yelena, and Melina until I looked up on the Wikipedia page, and right now those are the only other characters. So I think those are the only suspects, and yeah, Taskmaster definitely. Hopefully some of these others, like I said before, even though I'm not too familiar with these other characters, I do like characters added to the game, so I would be happy if they added Red Guardian, Yelena, Melina, anybody else from this movie. And from a marketing perspective, it does make sense that it would add more than just Taskmaster, but who knows? Any thoughts on how to beat Mystic 3-9 for Vision Unlock for a newer player? Thor had his rework. So let me go into the game because I actually just passed it this morning based on this question, and I used this team right here. 238 power level, not super hard, not super high. Panther, he has his passive T-Ford. Thanos has his passive T-Ford, and Mordo has passive and special T-Ford. Everyone else does not have T-Fords. Black Panther is good because he applies slow on the basic. That's the move I end up using a lot more. Mordo is great because he has a stun, blinds with his special. Scarlet Witch is great because she could distribute the health of the team and she can extend the debuffs that you're applying. Loki puts the team into protection, gets that opening move with that defense down, and you could take out either Mordo or Hawkeye with that. And then Thanos just offers a little bit of protection. The good thing about that stage, though, when I played it this morning, Thanos was not, or Thor was not getting those charges every time he was hit. So you're not getting that automatic AoE like you're getting with a Thor right now. But yeah, it's a little bit harder, a little extra damage, but this team can still beat it. And this is a team that I beat it with way back in the day as well. Next question. Find your stuff very useful. Thank you. Well, thank you, brother. Can you cover the best Stark tech to upgrade the order, how much you should allow for different levels? Or at some point, can you do a video on it? Maybe. There was a lot of videos done on it way back in the day. Obviously, a lot of things have changed since then. Back in the day, skill was the primary trait to build up because Fury and Shield were so much in the meta way back then. But right now, I think the two biggest traits right now are Mutant because of the X-Men team, and Tech because you got Power Armor, you got BKT, you got a few other characters in there with that tech trait. I think those are the two. And then Mystic is pretty good as well. You get the Asgardian Supernatural, and then Bio and Skill get a little bit far behind as well. So that's kind of the order that I would go in. And obviously damage and health are the two most important ones. So if you have limited resources, do that. But that's probably the basics on Stark Tech. I don't think it's enough doing a whole video unless there's a lot more questions about it, but hopefully that helps you. Mutant and then Tech is my recommendations. Next question. Thank you for the advice on the Merc team I asked about last week. Decided I put my efforts into another team instead. Now I'm working on the Asgardian team. Question is simple. Do you think they will be good in the Mystic campaign? Yes, I do. I have one vision node left. Would it be simple of putting my resources, guys, to kill two birds with one stone? Also, I did try them out in Blitz 7 and they didn't do well. So my Asgardians are winning almost on auto at 8.3. So probably build up the characters, make sure they're at least 6.664 with their skills. So that is what I recommend with the Asgardians and putting a little more work in them. And yeah, I think they're a very, very good team. You're going to be able to unlock Black Bolt and probably beat that Mystic node. I'm not sure if my Asgardians are built up enough to test it out, but you saw the team that I beat that node with earlier. So if you have some of those characters, I don't know if it's that important to build up those Asgardians just for that node, but long term, they're going to help you and they will help you with Black Bolt. So yes, my recommendation is to build them up. Next question. I have a 7 Red Star Hawkeye. Do I need to build him up? Probably not. He's a great character. What team would he be great on? He works well, at least in my experience, in an Avengers team with Captain America, Black Widow, has some synergy there, or a team that really relies on debuffs because of the blinds that he could put on the character. And he's kind of a soft counter to Ultron as well, with his special where he could remove the buffs on the enemies. So keep that in mind with Hawkeye. But yes, a very, very good character, underrated character. But yeah, I think the best team for him is that Avengers team or some kind of debuff team. Next question. Greetings and salutations from Oklahoma. What is up from Texas, brother? With Miss Marvel leading the hero brawlers to victory time and time again, the villain brawlers are looking a little bit rough. You can say that again. If and when they release Taskmaster, do you think Fox Next will give him synergy for a full villain brawler team? I would love it. Have no idea what Fox Next is gonna do. They're kind of unpredictable at times, but I would be happy if they did something like that. I like the hero brawler team and would be very interested in a villain brawler team. Next question. Sup, Valley? What is up? I've been stopping on the High Roller milestone every day, number 10 at 1 million. When do you stop and when do you finish the milestone each day? So normally, way back in the day, I would be very efficient, trying to get up to right around 1 million. I think either at 1 million or 1.2 is when you get those cores, and that's probably where I would stop if I was really paying attention to it nowadays. So back in the day, you used to pay attention to that. Nowadays, there's so much other things going on in the game. I just kind of spend gold as needed and not really paying attention to the milestones. I look at them as like free stuff. The ones I do pay attention to, though, are the energy and the World Warrior that you need to do a bunch of battles with your alliance. But with the gold one, I'm not really paying attention to it nowadays. So I have no idea where I'm stopping now. It's varied on every day. It's not the most efficient either. Next question. This is a long question, but let me read the bottom because this is it's summed up at the bottom. I guess to make it simple, out of all the Hydra minions, which are the two best? They all kind of suck, actually. None of them are very good. But if I had to pick off the top of my head, I would say Hydra Rifle Trooper because he's got that AoE on turn 1. It's good damage. It's not exceptional damage, but It's an AoE on turn 1, and then you got Hydra Sniper. He could give offense up to the rest of the team, so I kind of like those two as the least bad, but yeah, they're all pretty bad. And if you're looking to build them up for a potential rework, I would probably wait until at least it's announced right now. Next question. Gonna be unlocking Invisible Woman tonight. So this is a little older question. I was wondering, should I build her up right away, and what team should I work her with other than Fantastic Four? My alliance can't do Ultimate 7 yet, so I won't be using her there. So normally I would just say, yes, build her up, even if you're not using her on a Fantastic Four team. But in your situation, because you're not in Ultimate 7, I don't think you really need her right now. So I don't know if this should be the #1 priority. It's definitely a character that you should build up eventually, but I think your resources could go a little further building up other characters that's gonna benefit you right now, rather than building up a character that's gonna eventually benefit you down the road. So I would say wait on Invisible Woman just for you. But if you guys do go into Ultimate 7, yes, build her up as put your resources into her, because she's a very, very valuable character in that game mode. Next question. Do you think at any time they, being Foxnex, would put together a gold raid? It would make sense, have some great benefit to us, the players. Not interested in Strike, Alpha, Gamma. Would really rather get the gold, straight gold orb. Thank you and keep smashing. I have no idea. I think it'd be very player friendly for them to do this. Get more gold in the raids. I would love it. Some of the characters that are in these raid orbs, most of them already have 7 stars. So I'm not really too excited about getting the characters, but I would be excited about more gold. So would they ever do it? It's possible. I don't see it anytime soon though, but there's surprises, like I said. So hopefully they would do something like this. I would need gold, and I know a lot of players need more gold as well. ValleyFlyin, thanks for all the awesome content. Thank you, brother. The question I have is this. I have 5 red star War Machine, one of my only 5s and nothing higher. Would you work him up higher than the rest of your power armor, even though it may throw some blitz matches off from the power disparities? So your instincts are right. He is the damage dealer on there, and he won't affect blitz too much, or at least with mine he did not. I was in a similar situation. My War Machine was way higher than my Iron Man, my Vision, my Rescue, and my Falcon initially when I first started working on power armor, and they did well in blitz, they did well in war because he's the damage dealer. So yes, if that's the damage dealer, you could build him a little higher than the rest of your team. Some of the other characters, you probably won't need, you probably want to keep them a little lower, but War Machine is fine, work well for me, and I think it will work well for you as well. Just don't go like crazy, like a 60,000 War Machine and like a 20,000 for the rest of the power armor. Just keep it within balance and it should be fine. Next question. Hey Valley, big fan of all the videos, excuse me. Just unlock Invisible Woman, have Shuri as well. As a standalone character, who would you upgrade first? Neither team is built for them yet. So outside of the Fantastic Four and outside of Wakanda, how good is Invisible Woman and Shuri? Man, I like both of them. I use both of them in the raids. I think I get a little more value in multiple game modes from Invisible Woman, and just for that, I'm gonna go for Invisible Woman. But if you're in Ultimate 7 and you have the resources, eventually these are 2 characters that you're going to want to build up because they're great raid characters for both of them. But Invisible Woman, I would recommend first. What's up, my man? Appreciate the channel. Not sure if you can answer this, but why does Casino have Cyclops and Red Skull on his tiered infographic? So his tier list has always included characters that we know kits for, and we do know the kits for Cyclops. We do know the kits for Red Skull, at least how they're in the game right now. When they're released, the kits might be totally different, but he's been always doing it based on the kits that we know. So he's always going to include the theory crafted characters. Next question. Should I save gold for the next milestone event? Currently only spending to do daily and whatever unique comes up in a store, but wondering if I should upgrade tunes or wait with gold or wait till a milestone event comes out. This one's hard to answer because we don't know when the next milestone character is coming. It could be tomorrow. It could be a big surprise coming tomorrow, or it could be, most likely, in my opinion, it's probably going to be after the holidays when a lot of staff at Foxnex probably gets back from vacation. I'm assuming a lot of them are going out of town, which is why we're a little lighter on some of the updates and stuff this month rather than the other month. But yes, I would not wait, but that's my opinion. But I don't want to give you recommendations just in case there's some surprise, but I'm not waiting. I'm spending my gold. Next question. ValleyFlyin, greetings from Poland. Greetings from Texas, brother. What do you think about the Asgardians have a 7 red star Loki and Heimdall? Oh my goodness, you got lucky with those. Don't know if it's worth it to wait to develop since they will only be useful in Alliance War and Blitz. What do you think of their usefulness in raids? Now, I do think they are going to be a very useful team in raids once we could get the stars, the gold stars on Heimdall and Sif and Hela. All 3 of them need to be farmable to get those gold stars on them. But yeah, I think they will be very useful in the raids as well. I'm not sure how far up they can punch on Ultimate 7, but on some of the earlier nodes, easy. And yeah, gods in Alliance War defense. These guys are so hard to counter for most teams. So yeah, build them up. They're a great team. They're gonna go long ways. It's gonna benefit you in multiple game modes to have these Asgardians good, especially with that Black Bolt event coming. Next question. Thank you for all the great content. I'm free to play mostly. I'm close to getting Ultron, looking for my next goal. Currently have all the legendaries, but only have X-Men, Guardians, defenders at a respectable level 200k plus. Should I build up my current meta teams, Brotherhood, AIM, Power Armor, or focus on newer, possibly stronger teams like Inhumans that are harder or impossible to farm? For me, this question could go a lot of different ways. Now, for me, I'm building up the Asgardians because I want the Inhumans to make content. So for me, I'm always looking to push the latest team, especially if there's a legendary character tied around it. But I think the best thing would be to build up some of your meta. So you mentioned X-Men, Guardians. I would build both of those teams up and probably Brotherhood. And if you're really focused on war offense, I'll probably go and build up Power Armor as well. And then AIM. They're all really good teams, but I would start to build up some of these teams to higher power levels so you could punch up a little more at war and use them potentially in the raids. But it really depends on your situation, what your focus is in the game. If you're really trying to get Black Bolt, then yeah, you got to go hard on the Asgardians right now. Next question is, I've only been playing for about 4 months. I haven't started any Dark Dimensions. I have enough uniques to Gear 13 Ultron and Minerva, and then some extra ones left over. Would I be better off saving extra uniques for Dark Dimension 3 or upgrade other good characters such as Captain Marvel and Vision? So right now, I would go for Minerva. I think she's going to benefit you anyway to get her to Gear 13, especially since you haven't passed Fear the Darkness yet. She's a very, very valuable character for that game mode. So I would first go in order. Do the Enter the Darkness, get the resources you need. There's a lot of orange material that you would get from passing that game mode. You're gonna have to build up characters to 6 stars anyway, especially if you want to compete at Dark Dimension 3. Then get Ultron. Unlock him, build him up. I am not sure about gearing up Captain Marvel before that because these unique pieces, they're out of our hands. You may see a lot of them and be able to upgrade both of them, or you may not see them for months and then you're kind of stuck. So Captain Marvel, I might wait, but right now I would go Minerva and focus right now on Enter the Darkness, beat that game mode, get the resources, and use that for some of your other characters to get them into Fear the Darkness. And that's what I would recommend right now for those game modes. Next question, keep up the good work. Always looking forward to your content. Do you think we will ever get Hulk that we deserve as opposed to the little Hulkish that we have in the game? I don't know, man. Hulk, at least Hulk is scary right now. I don't like attacking him when he has that taunt, and that kind of was what I was looking for, some of that fear. And right now I think he has that fear, but yeah, he's not the Hulk that I wanted, but it's better. And unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna get another rework at least for a while. So yeah, he's gonna be that baby Hulk, not the real Hulk. Next question, ValleyFlyin. Been watching for a while, but first time posting. Love the videos. Have 2 questions. Thank you for watching. Anyway, first, I have enough superior gammas to level up a hero to Gear 13. Only have Minerva at 2 stars and Vision at 5 with 4 red. Should I invest in Vision first, wait till I have Minerva higher, or invest in her now, use her on 2 stars? Second, would you rather see more 2-person combos in the same full synergies that they've been doing more lately? I would like to see Thor and Loki get help. So I like synergies. I like these dual attacks where you combining characters like the Wolverine and Colossus and some of the other characters that have these synergies. I like the 5-team synergies, but I wish it would expand so it's not just 5 set characters. We have like 6 or 7 characters that we need to put in a team, and we need to choose which ones go there. As far as building up characters, what I'm not sure of is where you are with your Dark Dimension. So you mentioned Minerva and Vision. Now, if you've already finished Fear the Darkness, then go Vision. or Minerva, either way. But if you haven't beat Fear the Darkness, and I suspect that you haven't, I would put it into Minerva right now, just because she's gonna help you with Fear the Darkness. She's gonna help you unlock Ultron. So my recommendation is, if you have not beaten Fear the Darkness, you need to put it on Minerva, get her to gear 13 so you could bring her in there and have an easier time unlocking Ultron. Next question. Seen a lot of rants on Reddit, but the best this week is how Blitz unlocks are getting old. Fox next should try new ways to release tune. Should Alliance Wars be a way to unlock a new tune? I don't know if I would be in favor of that. The matchmaking is so bad that it's kind of a crapshoot whether you win or lose for some alliances, because the power levels have such a big disparity. So if it was based on more activity and not so much based on performance, then I think you'd be all right. But I agree, the Blitz is an archaic mode to release characters in right now. They've redone a few things, but yeah, not my favorite release method for characters. Next question. A lover of all things Marvel, I played Future Fight a bit, but in many ways you're able to power up your character seems to be getting out of control. With the addition of red stars and soon ISO 8, do you think Strike Force is approaching that point? You know, unfortunately, I think a lot of games eventually, especially these mobile games that are getting constant updates, I think they're gonna have to approach that point. A lot of games don't start off like that, and they slowly add things like red stars, light gears, / ISO 8 to these characters to build them up even more. So because it's always about chasing that finish line. And if you reach the finish line, don't have your characters maxed out, then it kind of diminishes the fun, at least for me. So always having to work towards putting the best gear or the red stars or getting the stars or all that stuff is kind of what these hero collector games are about. So I do see the game going there, and hopefully it comes slow enough that most players can adapt and build up slowly. The only thing I don't like about that is the extra time that it takes, because this game takes so much time already. I wish they would find a way to balance that out. Next question, ValleyFlyin, do you think there'll be a refund of cores for anyone that accidentally used cores to refresh in the Heimdall event? No. Not at all. I don't know. I would send a support ticket though. I use some cores. I'm probably not going to send a support ticket, but if you spent a bunch, then you probably should send in a support ticket, and hopefully you can get those back, because it was not working properly. Next question. What is up, brother? I was wondering what should be our priority once we unlock all the legendary. Currently working on Asgardians. I'll be unlocking the next rest of the legendary next time they come around. Once it's done, what's next? So you could either work on your 6-star legendaries like you said. I would start working on building individual teams. Like I said, X-Men, BKT, those are good candidates because they're going to help you in multiple game modes. So start building up your teams, the higher power levels. You could punch up higher in war. You could do better in the raids, and of course, arena. So focus on those game modes first. I think if I had to go in order, arena and raids are the two most important. So make sure you have good teams for those game modes based on where you are and where your alliance is with the raids. And then war, if that is a priority for you, build up those teams as well. But you never could go wrong building your team stronger and stronger. And obviously getting your legendary characters up with more stars is going to be a part of that building the team process. Next question. What is the easiest legendary event to farm for? I think it's Star-Lord. And the good thing is Star-Lord is an easy character is a good character. And he's easier to unlock for newer players as well. So I think my guess for that is Star-Lord. Next question. If someone offered Casino $100 if he could beat you in an arm wrestling match, and Casino offered you $50, would you let him win, or would you take the dive? It depends on what is match. If it's a serious match, then no, I'm not letting anybody win. If it's more of a comedic, more for entertainment, then whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm not throwing anything competitive. Next question. ValleyFlyin, any news on who the legendary event after Fury is, since he is next? No news. I'm assuming that it's Black Bolt because that was mentioned, but who knows? Maybe Fox Next will throw in some filler legendary between them, but we will see. No news yet though. Next question. How important are red stars when it comes to deciding what team to build? I have a 6 red star Black Panther, 4 red stars at each on Okoye, Shuri, and Killmonger. Should I be building up Wakandans because of this? It does depend on where you have your other teams. So if you have some of your other more meta teams built, then I would say wait on Wakandans. But if you have your X-Men, BKT, some of these more staple meta teams built, you could definitely go back and build up the Wakandans. That's kind of what I did because I did get some lucky red star draws on the Wakandans. Built them up a little bit, but they're not the best team, so they're not going to be a huge priority for me. So red stars do affect if I'm deciding between two meta teams, but if it's a very good meta team with low red stars and a very and a mediocre meta team with a lot of red stars on it, I'm probably going to choose the better team rather than the one with the most red stars. But if it's kind of equal, I'm going to go with the one with the most red stars. Next question, mid-level free-to-play player here, unlocking Ultron this week. Got those fingers crossed. Do I stop everything and focus on his team or continue to farm for focus and balance out my roster? My 5-year-old son loves the channel. Can I get a Kingston? Let's go smash it. That is his favorite part. All right, so first thing, let's do it in the Hulk voice.
Kingston, let's go smash it!
All right, when you get Ultron though, build him up. Build him up. He should be your priority once you unlock him. There are other teams that will be there. If you know there's a Phoenix event though, you mentioned Phoenix in here. If you know there's a Phoenix event coming, if something gets announced before you unlock Ultron, then yeah, probably shift towards getting that legendary unlocked or getting that legendary to the next star level because those are a limited time thing. But outside of that, all your focus should be on Ultron as soon as you unlock him, if you can, and get him to gear 13 so you can do that second run. Next question. Happy Monday to you, brother. Are there any plans to do another video reviewing your Blitz teams? I find myself constantly rotating characters such as Captain Marvel, Yondu, Winter Soldier, etc. Yes, so actually the video that I did 2 weeks ago with Momo Gamer, I went through my whole roster. I looked at my Blitz teams, and those are the teams that I'm using now. And I'm actually going away for Christmas, for the holidays, gonna visit my family. So one of the videos that I do plan to record is kind of a how I blitz, and in that I'm gonna be revealing all my blitz teams and what I'm actually doing to score on blitz and when I'm actually trying and I have time. So I'm gonna be going over that, so look out for that next week or the following week. All right, and that is it for the questions, but here we are in the game. We are ready to upgrade a T4. Now, I like the Asgardians, really want to upgrade them, but for me, it came down to Ultimus 7, came down to two characters here, Shuri and Scientist Supreme. Now, my initial thoughts were based on Scientist Supreme. I was going to go with this special right here, based on a lot of your comments, based on what my brother Trevor told me, but I built up Scientist Supreme a little bit, was using her in Ultimus 7 this past weekend, and didn't really need that fourth debuff flipped. I found that I needed a little more healing, so what I'm gonna go with, based on this past weekend, maybe it's just lucky runs, but I'm gonna go with Kimoyo healing, give a little more healing. I felt that could have valued my, been a little more value to my team with that. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys. Here it is. Oh, there we go. Yes, it is leveled up. There is a T4 for Shuri. And yes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, though. If you guys have any suggestions on that, let me know in the comments. If you guys did enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, and smash on that notification bell so you can join that notification squad. I will see you guys next time. Check out some of the links down below that support the channel. There's some t-shirts there. There's sales going on. There's Patreon. There's a bunch of other stuff in my second channel. I'm also on social media. Hulk fist bump, guys. ValleyFlyin out.